Warning. The following program features images of men and women engaging in fun and sober activities. The producers of this program insist that no one attempt to recreate or reenact any of the activities performed on this show, unless you want to experience an increased quality of life and extreme happiness. Loss of desire to consume chemicals may result. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hey everybody, welcome back to SquirrelTV1020. I am your host, Squirrel, episode 4. Now again, just want to let you know there was a warning, a little serious note there. Blood sugar levels could rise, and also stomachs could turn, but we'll get to that in a moment there. But again, thank you for joining us for episode 4. We're going to get right to some issues here, so we want to thank Public Domain, once again, our house band for playing. Thank you, boys, and we'll talk to you later. And again, this is Squirrel TV, and your email, if you want to email us, be squirrel-tv@outlook.com. So if you want to send your questions, emails, we do have two health questions today, and we're going to get to those, and it's going to be a little wide variety, but again, that's why you come to Squirrel TV. And of course, we are at SquirrelTV1020 on Facebook and on the Twitter. But again, this is official, SquirrelTV1020 at Twitter. And let's just get right to some of the announcements and the promos, and then these questions, health questions, very important. I also want to let you know, make sure you have your milk and cookies available, because we will be doing kind of a interactive type of a joint session together, a little bit of bonding, not gorilla or duct tape bonding, but bear bonding. But first of all, we want to talk about our promos here, and again, don't forget, we got Bernard dehydrated water. Think of it as spring water without all the wetness, and it's also gluten-free. So for watering cactus, VW bug, antifreeze, and for your dry cleaning needs, Bernard dehydrated water. Also, I have some good news. We have been talking about the Corky and Bob movie that's be coming out. Corky and Bob Get a Job at Corky and Bob's book face page. And I've been talking about my good buddy Jimmy. And coming up in the next couple of weeks, there will be the Jimmy and Squirrel radio show, getting together, combining our talents together, talking about the Corky and Bob movie and talking about different advice and life things. So, under the McKelvey Productions, we have Corky and Bob Get a Job. We have, of course, our Squirrel TV 1020, and we'll be having the Jimmy and Squirrel radio show episodes coming up the next couple of weeks. Very excited about that. And just want to let you know, again, now the reason why some people ask, why I keep shoving the can in everyone's face is, this is real. See, sometimes you have commercials and they never even touch about the product. This is a real product, and I do just have a little insight. There will be future sponsors with different unique food items that you'll never see anywhere else, and that's coming up soon. But talking about that, talked about last episode, we have a question from a reader. These are some serious issues, some health topics. I want to make sure that you're ready for this. Okay, I'm just going to read the question. If you notice, why am I looking over here besides the band, Public Domain? We got our computer system, Roxy, and I'm just going to read it right here. It's from our inbox on our Facebook page. I'm just going to read it. It's Squirrel, Tim from Florida here. Can you resolve a debate for me that I've had with people for years? See, we've had a lot of debates. We've had a lot of topics in our country. We have gun control, fun control, pew pew pew. We got health care, no health care, don't care, won't care. And we've got elections and numbers, and I don't like this and I don't like that. And we want to cut up all that. We want to talk about the real issues that affect you, that go through race and religion and money and gender and the real topics that mean something to you. And I think one of these might mean. I don't know about the other one, but we're going to get to that. Here we go. Dr. Phil got nothing on those. Squirrel. Tim from Florida here. Can you resolve a debate from me that I have had with people for years? What is the proper way to eat an Oreo? On a separate question, there is an urban legend that flagellants will actually leave one room travel down a hall and enter a room. Have you ever heard of this happening? Thanks. Is this what my life has come to? Okay. Little Timmy from Florida, you're a crazy man. Let's get to the Oreo topic first. What is the proper way to eat an Oreo? Because really that's what we want to talk about here right now. Now, of course, I want to let you know, we got our utensils here and so forth. Want to make sure we're all nice and clean. So I do have our package of Oreos. I do want to say for the record here that neither Oreos nor the Nabisco company has anything to do with sponsoring us, or they don't even know we exist. So please don't sue me. I have nothing. You could take the cat, but other than that, please don't sue me. I'm not saying that you have anything to do with me. Just talking about the product, just cookies. Please don't crush me. Okay, that's for the cameras in the sky. Okay, so we're going to talk about the proper way to eat an Oreo cookie. Now, it's a little noisy here, but again, this is live. We're going to talk about this. So we're going to rip this open here. Look at this, mounds of goodness. Mounds of goodness right there. So now we're going to talk about the proper way to eat an Oreo. Now, you could use your utensils, that you could split that open. Look at that. Isn't that delicious? Now, see, this is about the warning I had at the beginning of this episode. See, you might be feeling your blood sugar just rising a little bit just by the sight of these delicious, slightly unhealthy, but oh so good morsels of yummy. Right here. See? And, now some people just like to lick the inside and then stick it back together. What? Okay. Sometimes they like to break them apart. There's this fabulous dessert, if we ever get to a cooking show, called an Oreo dirt pudding, sometimes Oreo mud. There's all different variations there. Crumbled Oreos and a whole bunch of sugary goodness in the middle and crumbled Oreos. We might do that again another time. So that's another way to eat Oreos. But again, the correct way to eat Oreos, you need to dunk them. See, because even though they are good like this, after a while your mouth gets dry and you can't eat because it's not get dry like this because it's stuck in the gum and we can't do that. So what we need to do is dunk it. Don't play around here. This is from me to you. It's not tea. It's not coffee. It's not some juice. Not some ginseng. No. Milk. You need your milk. You dunk the Oreos in milk. Milk. And not that. You could go with, whole milk or 2%. Skim milk. Soy milk. A goat milk. Might as well just go with cat milk. Whole milk or 2%. I mean, you're eating Oreos. Health is not a concern right now. It's about deliciousness. Do not torture your taste buds with something less than at least 2%. Come on. I mean, you're already eating Oreos. They're practically vegan anyway. I mean, that's where your health is right there. Skim milk in this. Just put them in the sink if you're going to do that. Milk. Now, what we need here is you need a container to dunk the milk in there. So we do have a mug here. See? You need to make sure it's wide enough for your hand. I'm going to talk about dunking in a moment here. But again, we're doing this live. We'll go get some milk here. La, da, da. And milk. Live pouring. There you go. Look, it's almost like a cooking show right now. I can't believe it. I can cook a little bit more than this, but just a little bit more. Okay, so now we have our milky goodness. See, look. Cold. And now I will have to say I do have the 2% milk, but again, whole or 2% is acceptable. Anything else, and I'll still try to be friends with you, but again, I understand, if you've grown up on other stuff, but if you're going to be eating Oreo, now, the key is, there are many different ways. Some do the mad diver. Some do pushing off and swinging. Here's a little fact. If you spill the milk while dunking the Oreo like a big cannonball, that's a no-no. I'm sorry. Now, if you're dipping it and it's dripping, the idea is to keep it above so that it stays in there. Spilling the milk is this poor form. It's poor form, and it's annoying. Because usually if you're eating cookies and milk, you're not exactly at a formal dining room, so you're on the couch or hidden in the closet somewhere or something like that. So you don't want to have that dripping anywhere like that. Now, we're going to try something here. We're going to have a little experiment. Some people trying to will say, I don't like my fingers getting all milk on them when I'm dunking. Well, boo-hoo, you're eating Oreos. You really think dignity is an issue right now? But, in case, we're going to try this live. I have not practiced this, so I do not know. So we're going to make sure, let's see. We will use the fork, not the force. Though that is an excellent way of dunking, or if you can make it float and swim in, do that. But until then, we're going to use the fork, and I'm going to turn my left-handed mug around to the right-handed side. And we're going to hold this up here. We're going to try with a little plastic fork here. And we're going to dunk it in. Now, for you pacifists, if you do ever want to get your murderous side out, just hold the Oreo down till the bubbles stop. And, ooh, look at that goodness. Squirrel, you are not going to eat... Yes, I did just eat an Oreo in front of you. Now, see, I know what you're thinking. I forgot my cookies and milk. I didn't have it, so we're going to try it again. I want you to pause the video. Make sure you have your cookies and milk ready, and we're going to do this again. I told you before, but now I'm going to give you another chance. So I'm going to stay right here, have you pause the video, and go get the cookies and milk, and come right back. And go. Okay, welcome back. Now you have your cookies and milk, so you want to make sure you have a container big enough for your fingers, because you want to be able to dunk that. And if you want to use the fork, go ahead. But remember, amateurs, you dunk that and keep that in too long, it gets too soggy and gets too yucky, and then you're going to have a big old hot mess and a fork with no cookie on it. I say, man up, woman up. Enjoy the blood sugar rising. A little dunky swishy. Squirrel, you are not going to eat another cookie in front of us, are you? You think you know me, huh? No. Yummy. Look at see, drip. No spillage. Professional. Here. You may take a sip if you'd like. Wash out the excess and repeat. So there you go. The proper, correct way to eat an Oreo cookie. Now some might say, with a friend. Okay, yeah, with a friend. Okay, bring your own. But the proper way is to dunk it in milk without spilling the milk. And you might get crumbs on you, so we do have napkins available. It's okay to wipe. That's good. But make sure of that. Now, about the second question. On a separate question, there is an urban legend that flagellants will actually leave one room, travel down a hall, and enter a room. Have you ever heard of that happening? Thanks. Another squirrel rant here. Let's just say a younger, smaller squirrel during college days may or may not have lived in the college men's dormitory for a couple of years. Ladies, you understand what happens in the men's dormitory should really not be mentioned. So when we're talking about the flagellants that may leave one room, go down the hall, and then try to enter another room, it's just really not talked about too much. It's sort of like campfire ghost stories. We have college ghost stories. So I can neither confirm nor deny that. I like to prefer to keep what's gas in the past and stick with positive, which is the yumminess of Oreos. Oreo, Oreo, Oreo. Oh, that's not the right song. Sorry, no copyright. Please don't sue me. So again, I can neither confirm nor deny that, but again, this is the correct way to eat an Oreo. And I think we're probably going to stop on that because we can get into ourselves a lot more trouble there. So thank you so much for talking to me or listening to me, and make sure you enjoy the Oreos and cookies. And again, Facebook, SquirrelTV1020. Our next episode will be episode 5. Maybe a little patriotic episode. And again, one more time for the road. Oreo cookies or not, take your cookie, take your right-handed cup, and a little Dunkin', a little swish, a little drip, and together, and they shall eat. Thank you for watching Squirrel TV. Here we go. Remember, Squirrel is over and out.